Hey, everybody, and welcome back to hour two of our second episode of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Before we get back into playing, we were going to discuss a little bit about how well our characters have kind of known each other. So, what were your guys' questions?
So
Do we know the story behind Beefska's start?
I think Beefka would have shared that. That's why I told you guys about it.
Gotcha.
So for anyone that is new to the stream, we haven't played a lot of sessions, but our first character creation in session 0 was kind of the heist that brought us this party together, and then between that and session 1, there was like a 3-month time jump. So we kind of posed the question during our break, and we wanted to kind of discuss it on stream amongst ourselves of how well our characters would know each other and have gotten to know each other over that 3-month period of time.
Yes. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think you guys would be more sheltered to it, or do you guys think you would kind of grow together by being forced to work with each other? Yeah, tell me about it a bit.
Well,
Who wants to start?
During the first session, last week, following the heist before the time jump, Beefka brought the party to a butcher shop, which was the front for her father's kind of business, I guess.
Yeah.
So she, I think, has been kind of open with the party about her background and everything, and how she got to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the party knows that, at least. I sent it to everyone in the chat, but should I give a little brief for our viewers?
Yeah, you're totally welcome to tell them whatever you want about your character.
Okay. So Bivka is a tiefling barbarian who, when she was young, she was brutalized and abused by her father and left for dead on the street. And was taken in by this couple named Denilston, and I think her name is Sayana Viktorovna. They are half elf. Basically, the best analogy I can make is like Russian mob family kind of thing. They're like a crime family within Baldur's Gate, and they got their fingers in a lot of pies, but they raised her, and they didn't have their own child for a long time. But before our break, I said that there were a lot of scars all over Beefka's body that she got from fighting pits that Denilson put her in. Seeing potential in her strength and her rage, in wanting to fight back, against the father that abused her. But I think that's pretty much what the party knows about Beefka.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
That's me.
If you want.
What?
Cena, you can go if you want. Just go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, from what the party knows, I was raised by wolves. I never knew my parents. I'm half elf, so that's interesting. And so I just lived with a pack of wolves until I was about 17. It's been 3 years since I left the pack. And yeah, that's basically my story.
You guys are so metal.
Well, wait, I was letting them two go because Toto, we can kind of go together.
Yeah, because we're best friends.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. So
Really?
yeah, I was Zatsa was he was like a traveling mage. He doesn't remember a lot from his childhood, but he knows he traveled with like a band of mages. And there was one that he was particularly akin to, who like taught him necromancy. What he doesn't know is that he does have royal blood, but he doesn't know where. He wouldn't know at all. Like he has an inkling that he might be, but he doesn't like talk about it. He's just like because he doesn't know for sure, so he wouldn't talk about it. But his band of traveling mages was attacked, and to spare his life, he made a deal with the bounty hunters because they were after the necromancer that taught him magic. He made a deal that he would retrieve for them a prized gem of the nine hells, and time's coming up for pay up. So he's kind of on edge about that. And then him and Toto happened to run into each other like years ago in Baldur's Gate, like in a bar.
Yeah, and Toto's like the typical kobold. He probably worked in the sewers of Baldur's Gate, and that's what he did his whole life. And I think like he was always more of like an artsy person, and other kobolds made fun of him for it and stuff like that. So eventually he said like screw it and went up to the surface and started like performing and writing and stuff like that. He always liked to write more than anything, and I think eventually he just met Satsa and thought that he was like the coolest person ever for what he was able to do, and just kind of like followed him around until Satsa accepted that they were like destined to be best friends. And yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we'd all become decent friends over those 3 months, kind of sharing things that we know and waiting for the next opportunity for adventure. But I keep the nine hell jewel thing to myself because it's my business, not everyone's.
Now, question: how did the party react to knowing Beefca's history with like the Victrovna family and everything like that?
Would we know the Victrovka family? Who they are in general? Jacob?
Well,
I think as a group, you guys probably know of them and have like details of them, but I don't know if you'd have the specifics. I feel like that's they're just a dark group that you guys know Beefca's associated with, like that kind of thing. But like, you've never met anyone significant from said group.
So I think Zatsa would think it was interesting, but not a defining factor of who you are. It's your work. It's what you do to make coin. So he wouldn't think too much of it.
well, it's not totally work. It's kind of family. I mean, they're not my blood, but they raised, they took care
But it is
of
how you
me.
earn a living. So he wouldn't think too much of it. It's a family business. Whatever.
Yeah. I feel like Sina would like really like connect with that because like she wasn't raised by blood either. So like she respects the fact that like you went through hell, whether that was because of your family or just the situation that you were in. So she respects you because of that.
Okay. What about Toto? He seems to have an interesting perspective on things.
Toto probably would have tried to kept like quiet about it, but there was probably a joke or two that came out of him like learning all this stuff.
What kind of
But,
joke?
like, wow, that's so edgy. Like, geez, like that's a lot. Like, but like he wouldn't like judge you for it or anything like that. Like,
Cool. Okay. I just wanted to get kind of how.
yeah, he would still like accept you. Like he understands like maybe he doesn't really understand like the hardships that other people go to, but he knows that like the world isn't like the greatest place. I mean, he's a kobold. He most of the time probably gets kicked around by everybody just because of what he is. So
Right.
All right.
Well.
Yeah. So now that we have this loving, caring bunch of edgelords, we can get back into this thing.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we'll start back here. Yeah. And so Yeah, you guys are. It's late in the evening. You guys are looking for somewhere to sleep for the evening. Along those lines, nothing too crazy.
Just some cheap coin we can throw at a room somewhere close to the bathhouse.
Yes. Yeah. Is there anything in the general vicinity of the bathhouse?
Yeah, there's definitely some like raggedy old bar that reeks of cheap beer. And
Although, question: we wanted to go to the market before we went to the bathhouse. How far is the market from the bathhouse?
yeah, you guys were wanting to go get potions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had determined that like you guys would go get the potions tomorrow because by
Right.
the time that we got over here, it would be too late.
So maybe we should try and find an inn or something near the market, so we're just like right there in the morning and we can head to the bathhouse.
Sure. So you guys want to make like a midway point or something, maybe like right
Yeah.
here.
Or
Yep.
like
If that's okay with
we
everyone.
could go by the market, or we could like keep surveillance on the bathhouse throughout the night.
Good point. That is a good point.
Because like, why would cultists come in during broad daylight when it's easier to do it at night?
It's a solid point.
I see where Sina is coming from. This is an interesting. Yes.
How about? Now I know it's not a good idea.
Split up.
But we split the party.
They're the best.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
So
Go ahead.
two of us.
For
stay-
splitting, I call Beefka.
so two of us stay in the inn near the bathhouse to watch it to see who comes in and out, and then two stay near the marketplace to get potions in the morning, and then meet us at the bathhouse the next day.
All right. Well, who amongst us is good at,
Being sneaky.
seeing things?
I'm really good at stealth.
I am proficient in stealth. Yes.
I have a 3 in it. I guess I'm okay at it. I'm more good for deception, intimidation, and stuff like that.
Well, maybe we should send our little friend that is good at talking, our talking friends, to go get potions.
Okay, so me and Toto will go to the market, and you guys will watch the bathhouse.
Sounds
Yes,
good.
I hand
The more
Satsa the
tactical
200 gold
people,
from the
like-
jewelry.
The 200 gold, I'll spend this only on potions, I promise.
Yes, this is it's for all of us,
Yes.
so that yes, it is
Yep.
for all of us to share.
Yep.
I definitely go, really, man? Only on potions?
Yes, only on potions. Tony.
Unless you
only on
find
potions,
something that
that's
may
only
be
on
useful to us in this dungeon, but potions will, I think, be very useful as well. Just so we do not die.
As me
You
and
don't
Toto
have
walk into earshot, though, I go, it's not only going to be on potions.
And I'm like, yes!
Okay, yeah. So you
Come
guys...
on, that's from the jewelry I found.
Okay,
We
so
all contributed to that fight.
all right, so we'll go ahead then, and so Cena and Beefka are together by the bathhouse.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna move you guys to over here, and then we've got Toto and Zatsa off to find a place to spend the evening.
This feels completely backwards right now.
Okay, what's it called when you stake out? We're staking out the
Yeah,
bathhouse.
stake out.
Okay, so yeah, we'll do the stakeout first, and then we'll do the finding a place to stay for the evening with Toto and Zatsa.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so you guys go back to the bathhouse, and I imagine you guys probably like set up camp maybe 50, 60 yards out from the camp, so you guys can sneak up and get away, those kind of things. Does that sound right to you guys?
Well, is this the area of Baldur's Gate where, there's lots of people sleeping on the street, where there's like, they could be dead, they could be sleeping, that kind of thing?
Most definitely.
Alright, so maybe we could, I turn to Sina and say, maybe we could make ourselves look like, we belong on the street, and, just so we don't take, like, people don't give us a second glance.
Yeah. Use our cloaks as blankets or.
Oh no, I left my cloak in the bathhouse.
Oh crap!
It's alright, I'll be fine.
All right.
I'll just
I
be
am
a
half
little
demon,
cold.
I do not get cold. Hoes don't get cold. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
Wow, that got... It's back.
All right then. Tell me how you really feel.
I'm kidding, I was kidding.
Okay.
Okay, so Yeah, we'll just assume that kind of, I guess, visage in the street where we just look like people that belong on the streets and hopefully won't get a second glance from passersby.
Yeah.
Even though we
Okay.
just bathed, put a little dirt on our face, make ourselves look a little dirtier and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you guys want, make like each of you make like a performance check, or well, whoever's like better at it, make a performance check with advantage because you guys are like helping each other cover up.
What's your performance?
+1.
-1.
All right, I'll do it, I guess.
You know who has great performance?
Guess whose performance is
Toto
a +5, guys?
Okay, no, wait. Question. Would this be performance or deception?
It's probably performance for how well you're hiding your deception would be like to deceive somebody. This performance check is to see how well you're putting on a persona of something that you're not.
Either way,
would
I'm
be
screwed.
deception,
So
wouldn't it?
Wizard.
Saying we are what we're not.
No, because deceiving is more of like a verbal thing. So it would be like it'd almost be like using a disguise kit.
Or like being the faceless.
Yeah.
Background.
So
Okay, just because I'm proficient in deception because of my criminal background, but it's fine. I'll see how this goes.
I literally have a magic disguise. Like,
you got this.
it's what? It's what?
We real Heidi. I
We
rolled a
chose
10
wrong, I think.
with advantage.
what did you get? I'm sorry.
10.
It's
I-
not showing
Yeah,
rolls.
I'm not
Yeah, I
getting
can't
your
see it.
rolls.
I'm not getting your rolls either.
So weird.
That's so weird.
Is her character sheet like connected to her like?
That's what I'm
Uh-huh.
looking right now.
Oh, so maybe if you only have your thing selected, it'll show it.
I don't.
Do
know.
It's very weird. I've never had this happen before. Look.
you want me to try again?
I mean,
Like select your character and try to roll. Yep, that's it.
Yep, saw it.
that's so weird. But you got a 10 though on the other one, right? Or well, this is a 15, so we'll go with the 15.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
weird.
guys are well hidden in the streets, very inconspicuous, something like that. You guys are fine.
Okay. And we'll just, I guess, keep an eye on comings and goings from the bathhouse throughout the night while we rest. Take shifts like 2 hours on, 2 hours off, maybe. I don't.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. And I think like as you guys watch throughout the evening, you notice like some interesting characters enter the bathhouse, like come and go through the bathhouse. Not your typical commoners or anything like that.
Anything that stands out about them?
Yeah, let me I can give you a couple of details of what you might see. You see some like dark cloaked figures enter. They almost like appear if you like peered into their hood, you would not be able to see their face.
And they're entering the bathhouse or they're exiting the bathhouse?
They're entering the bathhouse.
Do you want to follow them?
Do we
Or
want to follow
Like
them?
sneak
or-
up to a window?
Maybe it. Are there windows on the bathhouse?
Yeah, there are windows.
Okay. How sneaky are you, Sina?
I have a 3. Bonus.
I'm a little more sneaky than you,
Okay.
but I'm not very perceptive. Maybe we take like opposite windows. Oh wait, okay. Toto, did you tell us what you noticed?
I don't think I did.
No, you
I did not. I was too busy ranting about you guys being weird for being okay with it.
So we don't know.
About the secret panel.
No.
Correct.
So is there a window look or
Are you guys going to the bathhouse?
Yes.
Yeah, but we want to look into windows, but maybe from like just different vantage points.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna pull back up the bathhouse then for this.
Okay,
That was my main reason for asking.
gotcha.
So I've got that one, and I've got Cena right there. Move you guys over. Okay, you guys are here?
Yay.
Yeah, so...
Why are there dementors in the bathhouse?
Yeah, so you guys tell me where you want to go. All of the windows kind of look like these things right here, guys.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
And is that the Night King?
No, it's...
Sorry, I'm done.
Shut up, Kyle.
It's not.
So so this outside area is like the courtyard, right?
This right here is the courtyard.
Is it like walled in, or is it just kind of like?
Yeah, it's like 8-foot wooden walls.
Okay. So we can't see into the courtyard. So
No, you would have to go into the courtyard.
I think I'm telling us to see.
And these people are definitely like... These guys are probably back in their baths.
All right. So there's no windows in to see in the courtyard, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't see any.
I think, if I recall where the windows were, there's some over by Hermvin's bath that look out onto the street.
I mean, how could you forget?
Okay,
Yeah, we saw her
do I remember where the
What's this face?
realistically would I remember where the windows are and stuff? We spent enough time in there and all.
Yeah. You would know where they're at.
So one of us could look in where Hermvin's bath was, and then those two ladies, there were some windows behind that bath as well that look out on the street, so we could come in and look in from those two areas. What do you think?
I think that not going in the courtyard would be the safest bet since we can't see in it.
Yeah, we don't know if it's safe to go in the courtyard.
Yeah.
So yes, we will look in from those windows.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure,
which
just
one
let
do you want to
me-
take? Do you want Hermvin bath or do you want Pretty Lady bath?
I'll take Herndon.
All right, I'll go around the other way. We will meet back in our hiding spot in whenever.
Right. All right. What do we see?
So who went where? Okay. Yeah, so I think with Cena, you like step into this window right here is the one you're going with?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like peer in and you probably just see like Hermvin sitting in this bath.
What is up with this guy and this?
But something looks like wrong with him, like he doesn't look right.
Can I make like a check to see what's up?
Yeah, go ahead. Just
Would it be
insight.
perception?
Yeah, perception's fine.
Nice.
You notice that he is dead.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, these guys are going down.
I think we got them killed.
Okay.
Wait,
you-
what?
Yeah,
Herman's dead.
Hermvin is dead.
Okay.
Everyone's breaking up. I can't hear.
Hermvin
Yeah, you got
is
him.
dead.
Vin is dead. Do I see anything else besides his dead body in the
Yeah,
pool?
over here you notice like these people, these black cloaked figures you were talking about that you notice come in. You see them like walking around.
Do I see any like thing recognizable, like an emblem or?
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Or is it like too dark for me to see anything?
It's not that it's too dark. I just don't think that you would recognize any symbols or like holy symbols or anything just because of your background.
Gotcha.
Like you would see them like wearing something, but like you can't distinguish what it is.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Yeah, and so Beefka, you peer in through this one?
Yep.
Yeah, and I think you see like the two women you saw before, like earlier, they're like frightened, like almost like shivering in this pool, and you can visibly see this person like looming over them.
Okay. I don't see that, like, what they look like under their hood.
No, you cannot. Yeah, you couldn't see their face.
Okay.
Or if they have one.
Oh.
From the other window, do I get any different kind of like vantage point from there? Or is it just
I think from there all you see really is you might get like a glimpse of this guy.
Okay. So in the previous window, a little closer to this guy, do I get any like details about what he's wearing or anything that stands out?
Yeah, no, he just appears to be wearing like a black cloak and all black clothing underneath. Black gloves, the whole shebang.
The whole 9 yards.
Okay. Are they doing anything?
Yeah, they're like looming over, like he in particular is looming over these girls, and this guy looks like he's standing guard.
Standing guard where? Like, what is he guarding?
Like looking out the window, or
Yeah, like he's watching over the bathhouse.
so he's facing the window, or is
Yes.
he facing the door?
He's facing this window, like out of this window.
Okay. I think good thing we did not go in the courtyard.
Yep.
All right. Are they the same two women in the bath, or are they different women? Because those women like ran away.
They're probably two different women.
Okay. Are they attractive? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, maybe. You can only see their shoulder blades, so if you're a fan of shoulder blades, sure.
I kid. All right. Well, don't really notice anything else.
Yeah, nothing else really.
Can I, if I go to this window, will I see anything?
Yeah,
else?
do you want to go to this window?
Yes.
Okay. When you go to this window, all you see is like this excuse me, you see this like cloaked figure, and he like turns his body out the window.
Can I duck?
Yeah, so how I'm gonna do this then is we're each gonna roll an initiative check, like initiative,
Okay.
and if your initiative is higher than mine, then you will be able to duck out of the way.
Okay.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh no. Oh, they're gonna die.
Yeah, so
Oh god, Jake, no.
so it says 2GM. Is there a way to make these public so you guys can just see them?
I can
You
see it on
can
the
click on
screen.
the monster and then click on like the setting, the gear for the monster,
Uh-huh.
and you can choose to either always have it as a public one, or you can do whisper toggle, where you can switch between GM and between.
Is that under advanced or is it under...
It's on their character sheet, not on their token.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So I need to go into the... Okay.
But I think you can
Did I
hold,
do an
you can
initiative
hold
check?
shift
Do I
and
see
double click on their
something?
token, and you'll see their character sheet.
Yeah, but I'm just not seeing... I'll look for it later. So I got a 20. So
Jesus.
Yeah, the guy notices you, and he probably like says something like "die in the name of Baal," and like you see him start to like lift up the window. What do you do?
Run!
Can I like run away?
Yeah, you can totally like dip out. Do you say anything or do you just dip? Like, and then if you wouldn't mind, Catherine, make me a perception check. Okay, yeah, you definitely notice this guy has spotted Cena. And I think like it grabs the attention of these guys and they start like walking towards the window.
Do I need to make an initiative check or something?
Yeah, I mean you can go ahead and make one.
Get ready to roll new characters, boys.
What's that macro again?
Did you roll your initiative, Catherine?
Yeah, it's 19.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you notice that, and I think you notice Cena just like is like, "Yep, I'm outie," and she just dips out of the bathhouse.
Okay. So it would be my turn essentially.
Yeah, what do you do now?
I'm gonna try and go around to where I saw her go.
Okay.
I only have 30 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 30. Do I see her?
Yeah, I think you just see like Cena probably like just spent her entire turn bolting.
All right, so then I'm just gonna use my action to dash.
Yeah, and this guy like he's just like in the middle of opening it, so you're fine.
And try and stay as hidden as possible and just get to Cena.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, and I think like you probably like hear like the sound of like the door slam as like these other figures come out into the courtyard, and this other one's like you just hear him like saying like something in like a deep like a ominous voice, and you just bolt right past him.
Do I hear what he says?
It sounds like maybe he's like trying to talk to his god. And so that is probably what he is doing as you pass by.
Yeah, I'm running. Going back to where I guess our like hiding spot was. Hopefully Cena's there too.
Yeah, so you guys show back up in your little alleyway, out of breath, exhausted and terrified, and I imagine you guys spend the rest of your evening sleeping and trying to stay hidden.
Well, I say maybe we should try and find a tavern with a crowd and just try to blend in.
Sounds good.
Sure.
We do that. And then if that tavern has rooms, we'll get rooms there.
Yeah, I'm sure like you guys probably have found like some like little like shanty tavern. It's probably run down, but there's places available to sleep. So
Okay.
Do you guys just go straight to bed? Like, do you guys go hide up in your room, or do you spend a bit of time drinking and eating dinner? Like, what's your guys' plan?
I feel like I eat a little bit of food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't stay and socialize and drink.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll try to just go in, maybe have like a little bit of food or something to just like blend into the crowd and then wander up to our room. Maybe just discuss what we saw.
Okay.
But we didn't really see much, so whatever.
Yeah.
And I think
How much would food and room cost?
maybe just a few gold, maybe 5 gold pieces for both of you for everything.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So then I think we get this like fade out, and then we fade in. How are Toto and Zatsa in this like evening? How do you guys stroll to wherever it is you guys decide to go.
So I kind of like, hey there, Toto. I wonder what the wine selection at the
Where we left off was Toto and Zatsa walking towards the upper city, towards the marketplace. There are some halfling bards like playing some songs for coin, and you guys are on the hunt for wine.
Mm-hmm. We're looking for a good wine selection that'll carry us into a nice tavern for who knows what kind of night.
Yeah, I think you probably walk past a very nice looking shop, and like their little like sign up above, instead of it being like black metalwork, it's probably more like it looks like a vineyard, like a vine with grapes and stuff on it. And
Just like super fancy.
Wow.
And
like
it's
a
probably
druid run. That's awesome.
It's called Tibby Tabby's Vineyards and Spirits.
That's what I like to hear.
I love it.
Want to hear something funny?
What?
We were live at the same time as Saving Throw Show.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys get to you guys walk in?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you guys are met by you guys step in and you meet two people that are Toto's height, and they're like, "I'm Tibby, and that's Tabby. Welcome to our Vineyards and Spirits. How can we help you today?"
Well, I'm Toto, and that's Satsa. We want.
Zatsa.
And they go, "Toto, Satsa, pleasure to meet you." And like they both stick their hands out at the same time.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Shake their hand.
And they say, "We've got all the drinks that you could think of." And they're like changing between like perfectly like timed, like this is like a bit that they have. And he says, "Are you looking for red wines, white wines? What kind of what's your fancy? What's your fancy, huh?"
I'm feeling a sweet red.
He says, "Sweet red, and like he strokes his beard, and then he goes, "Tabby, find them the good stuff." And like you see him like turn around, and like it's two gnome brothers, and he like runs down one of the alleyways, and he goes, "Sweet, you said, right?"
Yes, sir.
And he says, "Ha ha!" And like you hear like a shutter and like a glass open and like, and then he comes back and he's got like a big bottle of wine, and he says,
Oh.
"From 1224, such a sweet year."
What happened that year?
And he says, "That year, well, that was the year that the world had us."
Oh, wow. You guys are that old?
And he says, "Yes, we are, but we try to stay as happy as can be."
That's good.
And he says, "Would you like to try a glass?"
Oh, I'd love to try a glass.
Yeah, and so like you like see him like go like he like wiggles the cork and the cork pops, and he gets like two like gnome-sized cups, and he pours a bit in, and he goes, "Here, take a sip."
All right. Switch it around and like aerate it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And take a good sip. Slosh it around, suck in some air, and then swallow it down.
Yeah, does Toto do the same?
Oh yeah, because he has no idea what's really going on right now, so he's just kind of copying what Satsa's doing.
You both fall unconscious. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is like a very well blended wine.
Oh, so it's a pretty good flavor.
Yeah, it's a good flavor. Like, there's no like even need to roll for it. Like you know that this is a quality wine. And
Yeah. How much a bottle?
And he says, "Well, we're having a special, so you can
really?
have this one and a matching one for just 75 gold."
75?
I definitely like grab his oh.
He says, two bottles.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a lot.
And they
What's
both
your cheapest sweet red?
they both go. They probably both like look when you say that's a lot of gold, and they're like, "That's a good wine," like perfectly in time. And he takes it back, and like I think you see like a little like poof of magic come from like behind the like the shelves after like, and he puts the bottle up, and then he comes back and he's got, well, what's your price range? What are you looking for?
Something that's not 75 gold a bottle.
I'd hold out 1 gold piece.
And I think Tibby looks at you and goes, "Oh, insulting. We work very hard on our wines to pay 1 gold."
And I take out another gold piece and hold up 2 gold pieces.
And he goes, "Oh, I will discuss this with the man of taste."
I
And
have
he
gold.
walks over to Zatsa and he goes, What is a reasonable price range for you?"
5 to 10. How about that?
And they both like they like scoff as if like you guys aren't true connoisseurs of wine. And they go, "We may have some of that in the back." And Tabby comes like running, and he goes to the back and he's searching for stuff, and he says, "I've got this." And like you can see, it's like a bit dusty, and it's not as big as the last bottle. And he says, "We could probably get rid of 2 of these for 15 gold."
Oh, I could do that.
And he says, it's 1383. It was another good year. And he like puts them down, and he like pops one of them. He says, "Would you like to try it before you buy it?"
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, and so this one, when you guys try it, is a bit more. It's like more sugary. Like it's, you can tell like the other one was far more refined. But for 15 gold, you get what you get. You know what I mean?
I'll hand him 15 gold.
Yeah, and he says, "All right, guys, come back and see us, Tibby and Tabby. You know where to be."
78. 68? Yeah, 68 gold left.
Yeah, and so you guys now
Math.
each have a bottle of wine.
Michael does math.
Michael does math. Yeah, but just pull out the corks, and I hand one bottle to Toto, and I take the other one, and I pop it open, and then we continue on our way to the tavern.
Getting progressively more drunk as you get to the tavern. Cool.
Exactly.
They're
Yeah,
gonna be
so-
wine drunk.
Yeah, so I think you guys aren't too far away from the tavern, but how fast are you drinking the wine?
At a decent pace, like a good couple gulps every once in a while.
I feel like Toto's just like chugging in.
Probably a lot faster than Toto should be.
I
He's
feel
got
like,
a lot less body mass. He's gonna be more drunk.
yeah, so I think like we cut to the scene of you guys walking in, and it's probably like called the Silvered Captain is the name of the bar or like the tavern you guys find.
Mm-hmm.
And you get in there and you can see it's more like meant for travelers and adventurers. Like this is more of your style versus the slums of Baldur's Gate. And a fair elf lady greets you at the front door, and she says, "How can we help you tonight at the Silvered Captain?"
I think we need a place to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she sees that you're like visibly a bit tipsy, and she says, "Would you like something to eat?"
How's the ale here?
Food would be nice.
And she says, just follow me then." And she she's walking, she like walks you to like the bar, and she like leans, like she has you guys sit down, or not at the bar, sorry, at a table. She like leans onto the table and she goes, "What can I get you two, gentlemen?"
What kind of food do you have?
She says, "We have Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
I'll take a lot.
Yeah, no, she says, we've got about anything that you could imagine. Our chefs are quite talented."
Anything I can imagine.
Do you have roasted boar?
Pizza.
Yeah, roasted. She goes, absolutely, we have roasted boar.
Oh, I haven't had a roast boar in a long time. Can we get? I want some of that.
And
How
she says,
about
she's how?
steak and fried potatoes?
Yeah, she's like, oh yes, obviously those are easy. And she's, how much boar would you like, my little kobold friend?
Like a whole boar, the whole thing.
Yeah, and she
Hey,
says,
Are you paying for that?
he says, as you wish. And then she turns to Zatsa and goes, and your steak, how many ounces would you like?
20.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And your potatoes, mashed, baked,
Fried. And an ale.
and an ale. Got it. So now we're mixing ale and wine. This is gonna be great.
Cut to Cena and Beefka, with Beefka like, I feel like one of us should have gone with them
I'm not spending your gold, Bivka.
to make sure they weren't being stupid.
Yeah,
They
and
can get a
Using my
little
gold.
stupid.
So about like 10-15 minutes later, we see our waitress. She comes out and she's got like 2 or 3 people helping her and plops down in front of Toto at least a 30 to 40 pound boar. And it just envelops the room. It is gorgeous. It's well done. Everything that Toto could imagine for a meal.
Oh no. Oh.
How does Toto react?
His eyes are like huge right now, and then he just digs in.
I feel like he digs in like no utensils though, like his...
No utensils, just hands and mouth. That's it.
And yeah, the waitress comes back a few moments later, Zatsa, and she like rubs your shoulders and says, "I got this one special made for you." And there's this massive steak, like way bigger than what you expected, and a ton of potatoes. And yeah, she's definitely like putting the charm on you a bit.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and she like looks at you and she slides you the ale and she goes, "Now you boys enjoy yourselves, all right?" And like walks away, like she like struts away.
I think she likes you.
I think. Yeah.
Is there a lot of people in the bar?
Yeah, it's fairly busy. Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus, you like kings, I guess.
Yeah, and I think people are definitely like looking at you real weird for the size of food that you two have.
And once like when people are starting to look at me, like I eat some of it, and then I think Toto like stands up on the bar and like pulls out his notebook and he's like, "Hey, Satsa, help me out here. I need your magic stuff to help a little bit, okay? I go to
What do you need me to do?
I need just okay, just go along with it, okay? Okay." And I like pull out my notebook and I start like telling the whole bar like a story. And like I set my hat down on the bar and, like just drunkenly telling some ridiculous story about like different kobolds.
Okay, are you like trying to make like some money with it?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's not the best story. He does better when he's not drunk. But
Yeah, so go ahead and make a performance check then. And if
Hang on.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Zatsa's helping you, you can roll it with advantage.
Let's see, what is... Because prestidigitation is like a minor illusion, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, like you could do like little
sensory
fireworks
and-
or like sparkles
Yeah,
around
so
him.
I'll use prestidigitation to kind of enhance his story with like little flares and
Yeah.
like I don't know, just stuff that makes it look a lot cooler while he's talking.
Yeah, and go ahead and make that roll for me,
wow,
Toto.
that's some garbage.
I did not get your roll.
I even clicked on my character. It's a 12.
Okay.
No, you have to not click on your character. When you click on your character, I think that like it's private roll. That's what the problem has been for me.
There it
There
goes.
we go.
Did you see that one?
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'll take
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, so a 15. Yeah, you probably get 10 gold pieces. The people of the bar are pretty intrigued at the fact that this kobold story turned out far better than they expected.
Oh, and I'm like subtly trying to eat like giant bites, but like dislocating my jaw like a snake. and then
Ew.
like shoving it.
Gross.
But like trying to like subtly do it so no one like notices that I'm like one tea.
Goodness.
I feel like being a bit drunk though, like sometimes you're like, "What's up?" and like it pops out of place while you're eating.
And I'm like licking my lips with this like forked tongue that just like.
Yeah. Yeah. So eventually, like, I imagine
What that mouth do?
Oof.
That barmaid's finna find out.
Yeah. So
Oh god.
the lady like comes up to you guys, and I imagine like we get this scene of like Toto with like a big huge like puffed up belly, and like he's like sitting in the back of his chair, and all you can see are like the ribs and like the carcass of the boar he just devoured by
The
himself.
whole thing.
Yeah. And Zatsa has a very clean plate, and it's just like maybe some scraps of potatoes left. And you also have the same big belly, and like there's both like just like this sigh of relief that you're done eating. And she comes over and she goes, "Can I get you guys any dessert, or are you ready to head to bed?"
I'm a little tired, not gonna lie.
Well, I'll take dessert in bed.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa.
And like,
And she
Toto doesn't get the innuendo. He's like, you can do that? Like, to go dessert? I want that. Never mind.
yeah, and so she says, what would you guys like?"
I think you know.
And she goes, "Okay, I'll write it down." And like I think we get like this view of like it says like the special. And then Toto, what did you want?
I'm like, wait, what did you get?
Don't worry about it.
Well, I don't know what I want. I was just gonna get what you got.
I think she writes the special ×2 down.
Wait, what's the special?
And she goes, "Okay, here are your room keys for the evening," and hands each of you a room key.
Oh
And
god.
I'm still like, wait, what am I getting for dessert?
And she like winks at both of you and goes, "You guys will find out shortly." And like,
What if I don't like it? What if I want something else? Where are you going?
yeah, she like walks.
And walk away.
Yeah, she just walks into the
You didn't
back into
answer
the
any of
kitchen.
my questions.
Do you guys go to bed? What's
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, I say, forget this place. They don't tell you what you get. This is dumb. And I like walk up to bed.
Yeah, so I think then like maybe 10-15 minutes later, there's a knock at Toto's door. And they say, "Your dessert?"
And I open the door and I say, I don't know what am I getting? What is dessert?
And they say, "Just open the door."
And I open the door and I'm like, what is what?
And you see like this 10-year-old boy go, "Here's the cake of the day, sir." And it's like a giant piece of chocolate cake.
Like, you guys couldn't have told me that before. Like, I've been sitting here in, like, just waiting. Like, I don't, fine.
Toto
I take
doesn't
it,
like
my boy.
surprises.
I don't like this is dumb. And I close the door.
Yeah,
No.
do you take the cake though?
Yeah, and then I open it. I'm like, you're not dumb. Just the situation. Thank you for the cake. And I close the door.
All right. And then yeah, right after that, there's another knock at the door at Zatsa's door.
I open the door.
Yeah, and it is like a female dwarf, and she says, "Cake of the day."
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And you get the same thing Toto got, a giant piece of chocolate cake.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And yeah, that's probably a good place to take a break, is both of these people getting some chocolate cake, and yeah. So we will see you guys in a few minutes.